Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Monday. It is 4th of August. It is Shravana Masa, Shridhara Masa. And it is Sukla Paksham, Dasami Tithi. And there are no Vaishnava events today, but tomorrow it is Ekadashi. So tomorrow is preparing, we need to prepare for fasting from grains, beans, and cereals. Okay, so that is in the events perspective. So for today, we don't have any events. We should move to our Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Vidura inquiring from Maitreya Rishi, so to speak about the different planetary systems, and along with the different administrators for different functionalities and in different planets. So can you please describe everything about all those planetary systems? Likewise, he was mentioning in yesterday's shloka. So it is all Vidura's inquiries, and also to describe Krishna's pastime, how Krishna creates this universe like that based on their consciousness. Yehi tattva bhedai, yehi tattva bhedaihi adilokanaadho lokan saha lokapalan अचीक्लपद्यत्रिः सर्वसत्त्वा nikaya bhedo adikritah pratitah nikaya bhedo. So nikaya bheda is the living entities according to their constitutional position or consciousness. Nikaya bhedo adikritah pratitah. So they have spread throughout the universe according to their consciousness, whether lower planetary systems or middle or upper planetary systems. So after saying that, Vidura further, he is extending his questions, giving a little bit of information about the living entities, how the Lord creates, O Maitri Rishi, O Brahmana. Can you please describe how the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana, the creator of the universe, and he creates, starting from Brahma down to all the living entities with different bodies and natures and activities and forms, features, everything. Can you please describe all those things to me? Likewise, Vidura is inquiring from Maitri Rishi. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 5, verse number 9. येन प्रजानं उत आत्मकर्म रूपाभिधानं च भिदं व्यदत्त नारायणो विश्वसृग् आत्मयोनिः एतच्च नो वर्णय विप्रवर्यम्. So येन प्रजानं उत आत्मकर्म, येन prajanam, by which prajanam of those who are born on the living entities, yen prajanam with atma karma, and also atma karma and destined engagement, living entities and their particular activities, rupa abhidanam cha, and their form and features, rupa abhidanam cha, bidam vyadatta, and a differentiation and dispersed. Vyadatta, he created or dispersed all the living entities. Who is that? Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana. Vishwasrug Atma Yonihi. Vishwasrug is the creator of the universe and he is self-sufficient. Atma. Narayana Vishwasrug Atma Yonihi. Etaccha no Varnaya Vipravarya. And everything, etach, all this also naha onto us. Varnaya Vipravarya, please describe all these things to us. O Vipravarya, O chief among the Brahmanas. Likewise, Vidra is questioning Maitreya Rishi. Okay, so, Yen Tajanam Bhutatma Karma Rupavidanam Ch Bhidam Vedatta Narayana Vishrug Atma Yonihi Yetachano Varnaya Vipravarya. So, translation. O chief among the Brahmanas, please also describe how Narayana, the creator of the universe and the self-sufficient Lord, has differently created the natures, activities, forms, features, and names of the different living creatures. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request Gauringi Mataji to read this purport, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Okay. Every living being is under the plan of his natural uh, in inclination in team, terms of the modes of material nature. This his work is manifest in terms of the nature of the three modes. Uh, his form and bodily features are designed according to his work, and his name is designed according to his bodily features. For example, the higher classes of men are white Shukla, and the lower classes of men are black. This division of uh, white and black is in terms of one's white and black duties of life. Pious act lead one to take breath in a good and highly placed family, to become rich, to become learned, and to uh, acquire beautiful bodily futures. Impious acts lead one to become poor by uh, patents, to be always in want, to become a fool or illiterate, and to acquire ugly by bad bodily futures. Vidura requested Maitreya to explain these difference between all the living creators made by Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Mataji. So here in this purport, every living being is under the plan of his natural inclinations in terms of the modes of material nature. So it describes in the Shastras that there are 5 elements. So one is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then living entity, time factor Kala, and Prakriti, and Karma. So out of these 5 elements, the Karma is the temporary, and the material nature is the Yattat Trigunam Abhyaktam Nityam Saddasadatmakam Pradhanam Prakriti Prahu Avishesham Visheshavat, Pradhana and Prakriti. So in the unmanifested state, it is the only the raw ingredients are there. And then when it is got agitated by 3 material modes of nature, by the influence of the Lord, by the glance of the Lord. Dhaivatchupita dharminyam. Dhaivatchupita dharminyam. So the Lord, by his glance, he agitated this material universe with the three material modes of nature. Then it manifests into the Prakriti. That is where this is called Avishesham Vishesham. Avishesham is Pradhana, Vishesham is the Prakriti. So within this Prakriti, the living entities comes. So here always interactions would happen between the earth, water, fire, and then wind, and then space. Because of these interactions, always there. So, and the living entities will come into this material nature according to its nature, according to its nature, according to its consciousness, but which is of temporary here. So it keep on moving every etat kshetram samasena savikaram mudakrutam. And also the material body is also like that. The every moment there are changes are happening. Every moment changes are. Etat kshetram samasena savikaram. Vikaram means that transformations are always happening. It is temporary, and also these changes are going on for continuously. So it is not the right place for the intelligent living entity. One has to go a place where there is no time influence, where there is no transformations. That is the Vaikuntha planets. So coming to here, in this living entities under the plan of his natural inclinations in terms of the modes of material nature. This work is manifested in terms of the nature of the three modes. In form and bodily features are designed according to his work, and his name is designed according to his bodily features. So here, every activity, karmana daivanetrena jantuho deha upapattaye, striyaha pravishtabadharam pumsamretha kanashrayaha. And then, so in such a way, the living entity taking the shelter of the semen of a man enter into the womb of the mother, and then karmana daivanetrena, under the supervision of the super soul or the divine nature. And then prakritim purusham chaiva vidhi anadi ubhau ape. So here in Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita he mentions prakritim purusham chaiva. So both prakriti and purusha vidhi anadi ubhau ape. They both are eternal, anadi. And Vikaramsha Gunamshaiva Vidya Prakriti Sambhavan. Vikaramsha, the transformations, it takes place by the Prakriti. Vikaramsha Gunamshaiva Vidya Prakriti Sambhavan. Prakriti Sambhavan. By the divine nature, it happens, all these transformations. And then here, Karya Karana Katritve Hetuhu Prakriti Uchyate, Purushaha Sukadukana Bhoktrutve Heturuchyate. The living entity, he will experience these pains and pleasures. Whenever the fastly the universe is moving in such a way that the sun is moving, moon is moving, everything is, all planetary systems are moving, and everything is, it is not stopped at any moment of यच्चक्षुरे सविता सकलग्रहाणां राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेषतेजाः यस्याज्ञया ब्रह्मति संवृतकालचक्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Yasyadhyaya Brahmati Sambrita Kalachakro. This Kalachakra is going very fast, but we do not experience that. We see our bodies are growing and bodies are getting older, getting diseases. In due course of time, these bodies fall down. This is, but people, they do not recognize that. They still try to stay here permanently. That is the most unfortunate thing. So here, and also the living entities, they will, whenever they appear, they will take different names. They will take different names and forms. And in one of the Dwaraka women, Hastinapura women, they are glorifying Krishna when he was coming from Hastinapura to Dwaraka. Savaikilayam Purushaha Puratano Ekasit Avisheshatmani Agre Gunibhyo Jagadatmaneshware Nimilitatman Nishishupta Sektishu. So this is the Krishna who is the supreme personality of Godhead. Purushaha Puratano, and he is the oldest personality. Ekasid Avisheshatmini, he is the only person, the Krishna only, always existing. So likewise, Hastinapura woman, They're glorifying Krishna. And it was so Sarvasruti Manoharaha. It is they're mentioning it is Sarvasruti Manoharaha. Very beautifully they are describing. And Agre Gunebja Jagadatmaneshware Nimilitatman Nishishupta Sektishu Nishishupta Sektishu. And at the end of the millennium, all the living entities exist within the body of the Lord in a deep slumber. That is Nishishupta Sektishu. But whatever we sleep in the night, it is a temporary sleep. But a deep slumber, it is for a prolonged time in the body of the Lord. And then, whenever the day starts, Saeva Bhuyo Nijivir Choritam Swajiva Mayam Prakritim Sisrakshatim Anama Rupatmani Rupanamani Vidit Samano Anusasara Shastra Krut. So when the day starts again, um, and the Lord He gives Anama Rupatmani Rupanamani. So previously there were no names because they were sleeping, and then as soon as their activities, they will get Rupa, Nama, and different activities are manifested later on according to their consciousness. So they are also glorifying even Hastinapura women. Anusasara Shastrakrut, they get the names according to Anusasara Shastrakrut by following the Shastric injunctions. And also they also describe everything is only for the devotion to execute devotional service later on. It is an opportunity so that they would not stay in this temporary material world where always transformations takes place. So these transformations in terms of the nature of three modes in form and bodily features are designed according to his work. According to his work. And because he has got such kind of work, his name is designed according to his bodily features. Name is designed to according to bodily features. For example, Krishna is called Shama. He is because of Shama color. Likewise, and because of his pastime, different names again. Nanda Nandana, Yashoda Nanda. So many beautiful names are there. Krishna, all attractive personality. For example, the higher classes of men are white, Sukla, and the lower classes of men are black. So this division of white and black is in terms of one's white and black duties of life. This is again based on their activities, duties of life. Pious acts leads one to take birth in a good and highly placed family to become rich. So as we see in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentions, and whoever is engaging in the pious activities, they will take, if they are not achieving the success in their endeavors to go back to the Godhead, then they will take birth into Suchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Brashto. Uh, so yoga brastas who have not yet successful in their achievement to the higher planetary systems, that is spiritual planets, then he will take again birth in the pious families like a Brahmana's family or a rich family so that he can execute those activities according to birth in a good or highly placed family to become rich, to become learned, and to acquire beautiful bodily features. Impious acts leads one to become poor by parentage, to be always in want to become a fool or illiterate, and to acquire ugly bodily features. This is by impious acts. So one must be always careful that he does not commit any impious acts. Impious acts means anything opposite to the Shastras. Whatever Shastras are mentioned, that is Dharma. And against the Shastras, it is Adharma. If it is not supported by Shastra, one should not execute it. यः शास्त्रविधिं उत्सृज्य वर्तते कामकारतः न स अवाप्नोति न शान्तिं न परां गतिम्. If one acts like that, against the Shastras, न siddhim avapnoti, no siddhi happens. He will not achieve whatever he wanted to achieve. न siddhim avapnoti, na sukham, na param gatim. He does not be happy. He would not be achieving the ultimate aim of life also. Whenever he performs, yah shastra vidim utrujya, just leaving as a shastras aside, and if he acts according to his own whims, that everything is impious if one is acting against the shastras. Vidura requested Maitreya to explain these differences between all living creatures made by Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the inquisitiveness. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Upadekshante te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. That is inquisitive nature of Vidura. And pleasing them, preparing the ground for so that Maitreya Rishi is going to give all answers to Vidura's questions. Okay, so likewise Vidura is inquiring. So here, Yen prajanam uta atmakarma rupabhidhanam cha bhidam vyadatta Narayano Vesusrug Atmayonihi Yetachano Varnaya Vipravarya Yetachano Varnaya Vipravarya. O chief among the Brahmanas. Vipravarya, can you please describe all these things to me? Likewise, Vidra is so kindly, humbly is asking, inquiring from Maitreya Rishi. Okay, so one may think that I am doing everything, but actually it is the nature is working. So we get the material body according to our consciousness. Okay, some people may look fat, some people may look lean, some people may be woman body, some are having man body, some are dog, some are cat, some are trees, plants, everything based on their consciousness. And Krishna consciousness means it is a topmost consciousness, the best. There is no beyond. Napasyami param bhutam akattuhu samadarshana. There is no best person than Krishna consciousness in this universe, in this cosmic manifestation. Understanding oneself that he is a servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. He has to act according to the desire of the Lord and also according to the under the guidance of bona fide spiritual master, following the regulative principles, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra 16 rounds, following 4 regulative principles, associating with the devotees. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. नष्टपुरायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. So one has to always execute these activities so that he will maintain his position. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, we shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today, letter to Balimardana, October 26th, 1970, Amritsar. Okay, so can request any unallocated devotees to read this letter. Vijay Krishna Prabhuji, are you available to read this letter? Hare Krishna, Vijay Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Amoga Prabhu. How may I serve you?
Would you like to read this letter, Prabhuji?
Of course, Amoga Prabhu. My dear Bali Mardana, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated Tokyo, October 11th, 1970, and noted the contents. I am very glad to know where you are and how you are proceeding on your program for opening new centers in the area of the South Pacific. I do not know if you are going first to Hong Kong, as you wrote before, or if you are going to Taiwan, as you have just now mentioned. There is no question of new or strange places, as you have written to say. This Hare Krishna mantra is understood in any part of the world. Therefore, the beginning should be chanting in any place, and then people will gather and the center will develop by the grace of Lord Krishna. Yes, I have received the letter from Upendra, but I have no information whether his wife has gone there to Fiji. I am very pleased with your sincere service attitude in pushing on our preaching work in these parts of the world. And yes, Krishna will give you strength because He is sitting in your heart, and the more you try to serve him, he will give you more intelligence. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Okay, Prabhuji, would you like to add any highlighted points, Prabhuji, from this letter? Any comments?
Well, I liked it when Srila Prabhupada wrote that we are we are never alone, and it's all about reciprocation. And the quote goes as follows: yes. He is sitting in your heart, and the more you try to serve him, he will give you more intelligence. So this is the reciprocation. In the case that we practitioners of Krishna consciousness are trying to preach, it doesn't matter where. If we try to preach, because Krishna is in our hearts, and preaching in the sense of trying to serve him in the loving way, then the reciprocation will be that the required intelligence for the preaching to become feasible and successful will be given to us. So here Srila Prabhupada is being very specific about the kind of reciprocation that Krishna offers in reciprocation to the efforts of a preacher. It doesn't matter where he is preaching, even in the most difficult parts of the world, even in the most remote parts of the world. That would be my comment. Thank you very much, Amoghar Prabhu. You're most kind. Dandavat pranams.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very nicely described and summarized. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, any other comments, dear devotees? Anyone wanted to add any other comments to this letter? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So just by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, so Srila Prabhupada, we see that Tompkins Squares there where he started chanting, and that is where it manifested further into ISKCON and so many other branches throughout the world. Just wherever we go, we simply first chant the names of the Lord, holy names of the Lord, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, chanting in any place, and then people will gather and a center will develop by the grace of the Lord Krishna. Okay, so this is the easy trick. It doesn't matter where we go by simple village. 1-2 devotees is sufficient. And one is going to preach, another going to do some kind of cooking service. Just when they're accompanying each other, they can start a new center there in each and every village. 2 devotees, they can do the big magic. Okay, but it is very easy, but how one has to take it forward depends on the devotee. The purity is the force. Books are the basis. Preaching is the essence. By taking those points, one can do anything throughout this world, anywhere. Okay, so that is, but your sincere service attitude in pushing in our preaching work in these parts of the world. Then spiritual master is pleased. Because spiritual master is pleased, Krishna will be pleased. And when Krishna is pleased, he gives enough strength to all the devotees, whoever is preaching. Okay, so that is from this Prabhupada's letter. Thank you, Prabhuji. And from the announcements point of view, so today evening, Monday, so teachings of Lord Chaitanya. So we have been going through the beautiful qualities of Krishna, discussing the qualities of Krishna. So that is at 8 p.m. Okay, that's all from the announcement side from me. And dear devotees, if you have got any updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, Any events are going on in a bullet points way, if you wanted to share, kindly share. Hare Krishna. And also we are coming nearer to the Janmashtami, and in the temple there are so many services in the Radha Krishna temple or Radha Gokulananda temple. In the Bhaktivedanta Manar Asoka temple, I think devotees closer to the temples, so they may be having some details so that other devotees can take opportunity to serve there. Service is the important thing. After all the intelligence and the knowledge, everything is gained. What I need to do with the knowledge I have got? I need to serve Krishna, engage ourselves in transcendental service, serving, distributing the books in some way in the temple, or serving to the devotee, serving prasadam, help. If you are not in a position, at least help through the Lakshmi contributions like that. Okay, various services. By ultimately giving our time and engaging ourselves in the service of the Lord. That is the ultimate thing. Okay, so that is from the updates point of view. So if you're all happy, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa. Okay, conclude. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटि वैष्णवेभ्यो की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Hare Krishna conscious day everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.